Hello everyone, welcome back to another coding exercise session. In today's video, we are going to do coding exercises with respect to the arrays and functions. So we would like to write a program that checks whether a given number exists in an array using a function. So basically what we understand from this statement is that we need to write a function that checks if a given number exists as one element of the array or not. So to do that, we have the int main function here. We are initializing and declaring one array. We know from before how to do it. Then we are calculating its size to see how many elements this array is carrying. In this case, it's going to be 5. And then we are initializing the target, we are declaring the target integer, which is the given number that is going to either be decided that its number is it included in this array or not. So this target is going to be read from the user. Like I'm going to enter like one number as for example 7, and we need a function to see if this number 7 is included in this array or not. Is it one of the elements of this array or not? So this function is basically going to do that. So we initialize the target integer and we are sending a message to the user saying that enter a number to search, and then we are storing it using a syntax. And basically we are checking here if search element the search element is the function that we define to do the checking for us, and we are passing three arguments. First the array, second the size, and third the target number. So we are simply here we are saying that if something is true here, just print that we found that target number in the array. Otherwise print that it's not in the array. From this if condition we understand that this function is having is of a boolean type. Why? Because we are saying that if this statement is returning true, go ahead and print the target number and mention that it is found in the array. Otherwise, say that this target number is not included in the array. So let's go and see how we are doing this calculation using search element function. When we call the function here, we go up with three arguments: array, its size, and the input target number by the user. We go up here and we see that the type of the function, as we discussed, it's a boolean, so it's going to return something for us. It's going to return either true or false. Basically we can guess. So if the target integer is one of the elements of the array, it's going to return true. If the element is found in the array, it is going to return true, and otherwise it's going to return false. So when it is going to return true, it's going to print that the target number is found in the array, and when it's going to return false, it's going to mention that target number is not in the array. So basically this function, this is the name, this is the type, which is boolean, and these are the arguments of the function that are separated using commas. So the first one is the array, the second one is the size of the array, and the third one is the target number, and all of them are passed by value because we are not going to make any modification to them. We're just going to work with their values. This is why we're not calling them by reference. So in order to see if one integer is is actually equal to one of the elements of the array, we need to iterate over all the elements of the array to see if one of them matches this target number. To do that, we use a for loop to iterate over all the elements of the array. So we start from 0 and we go up to the size of the array, which is 5 in this case. And one by one, when we are passing through, we are saying that, okay, is this element equal, is this target number equals to element ith of that array? So let me just analyze the code further. It's more clear for you to understand. So let me just mention that, for example, I choose the target number to be like 18. Okay, so I would say target equals 18. So when target equals 18, initially I equals 0 and it's going to enter the for loop. So when I equals 0, it is going to investigate whether the first element of the array equals target or not. And this means that we are checking to see if 5 equals 18. How? So I chose 18 to be the integer target, I equals 0, and when I equals 0, when we are investigating this condition, we are basically investigating this. So the first element of the array, is it equal to the target number? And basically it means that the first element of the array is 5 and the target equals 18. Therefore, we are mentioning if 5 equals 18. So if this is the case, it is going to return true. So it is existing, it exists, and it's going to return true here. And then we are getting out of the loop and we are simply printing that, okay, the target number is found in the array. But in this case, this is not the case for us, okay? So as this is not the case, target is still 18 because we are not going to change it. It's a one-time chosen value. Then it is going to investigate I equals 1, which happens to be something like this. So when I equals 1, we are simply saying that, okay, the second element of the array equals to target or not. In this condition, we are investigating this. And since the second element of the array is 10, we are basically investigating if 10 equals 18 or not. This is not true, okay? So when it is not true, again, it is going up and increasing the value of I by another and of I by another one value. So now I equals 2, which means that we are going to investigate the third element of the array. So when we are investigating the third element of the array, we are basically mentioning, is 15 equal 18? No, it's not true again. So it's going to go to another round of the loop. This time, again, target is 18, I equals 3, I equals 3, and it means that we are investigating uh, the fourth element of the array, meaning that we are saying, does 20 equal 18? No. And then for the last time, we are going to increase the value of I another time. So I equals 4 now. And then we are discussing the fifth element of the array. And we are basically saying, is 25 and 18, are these two numbers are equal? No, we didn't find any answer to return true because neither of these equations are correct. So it's not going to enter this if condition. When it's not going to enter this if condition, it's not going to return true. And then when it is exiting this condition and this for loop is finished because we reached its upper limit, which is 4. Why? Because when I is 4, it is lower than the size of the array, which is 5. So 4 lower than 5. When we are increasing the value of I another time, I becomes 5, then 5 is not lower than 5. Therefore, it's not going to do another for loop. So we exit here and we are simply saying that, okay, return false because we didn't find it. So basically, let me run the code and enter the target 18. We are expecting to see 18 is not in the array. So let me run. So enter to search, I'm saying 18. Okay, it is saying 18 is not in the array. Okay. So, and how it is deciding whether it's in the array or not, using these analyzes, we are understanding it. But what if we are mentioning number like 10 as the target value? If we mention the number 10 as the target value, so let me just revise these numbers. Okay. So if the target value is 10, I starts from 0. It is comparing the first element of the array, which is 5, with the target number, which is 10 now. And we are saying, okay, does these two numbers are equal or not? These two numbers are equal or not? So it's no. The answer is no. Therefore, we are going up again in the for loop statement and we are increasing the value of I by another one value. So I equals 1 now because it starts from 0. Okay, I equals 1. So we are basically, when we are investigating this condition, we are basically saying that we would like to see if the second element of the array equals to the target value, which is 10. Basically, we are saying, does 10 equal 10? Yes, the answer is yes. When this makes sense, when this condition makes sense, it actually enters this condition to return true. When it returns true, the work of the function is done, it's finished. And here it is simply mentioning that, okay, target value is found in the array. So because when it returns true, this if statement becomes true, and then it enters this part, and when it enters this part, it's going to print it. So let me just choose the input target value to be 10. Okay, it says that 10 is found in the array. So basically, this is how we did the coding exercise and we analyze the code. It would be nice for you also to start doing these analyses for yourself to make sure you understand all the steps one by one. This helps you to remember how the program works, and it will be beneficial for you in the future. When you are writing your code, you can imagine, okay, if I write it this way, it's going to work this way. So this is what we want, or this is not what we want. So I'm going to change or modify the path, etc. So please go ahead and do this exercise yourself, because as we progress, there are many coding exercises that we are going to do. So try to start the coding exercises and do the coding exercises yourself as you proceed throughout this journey. Thank you for watching.